Ladies and gentlemen, today we are here for, besides networking, I'm sure you all did a little bit of networking there. We are here to learn more about how to boost your product the digital way. So without further ado, let's bring up our panel discussion host, Mr. Song Hock Kun, and we can have our next panel discussion in a short while. Sir, all yours. Tepuk lah.
Thank you,
Dah
John.
makan kan? All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first VIP to the discussion panel, I would like to invite the Managing Director of Nasi Kukus My Mama, Inche Asman Raza. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big warm round of applause. Saya pun ada nasi kukus tau. Next VIP, I would like to call upon the Managing Director of Wits Makatan KL Sdn Bhd, Mr. Lai Ye Kat. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lai. I was told he makes very good noodles. And of course, last but not least, Managing Director of Azam Wira Sdn Bhd, Inche Mazua Maris. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our gentlemen, all three gentlemen, a big warm round of applause.
Thank you, Joanne. We only have 30 minutes for this session, so I will not say much and just go right to the interview itself. But like the first sessions just now, you are free to ask questions, to pick their brains. These are the successful SME who have gone through the thick and thin of going online, doing mixture of marketing campaign to make their business successful. So I will ask for questions later on, so you please prepare your questions and pick their brains, as many as possible. Is that okay? So first question I would like to ask Mr. Lai. So I have the privilege of visit Wits Makanan, who make the noodles, the dry noodles, a few weeks ago. And Mr. Lai, as I understand, you start internet marketing, you during night time, you do all the free posting and all that. Can you elaborate how you actually started?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is YT Lai, and I'm running 40 years family business. And of course, I have to keep my family promises to produce the best noodles for Malaysia and the world. This is my introduction for myself. Of course, when the time I came back from study, I was doing production executive, because my family always said everything have to be on hand, so you must know how to produce it, the noodles. Okay, during that time, a very long hours working. I have to wait for the production until night time, 9, 10, 12. During that time, I got nothing to do. Then only the thing I can do is on the computers, looking the screen, and thinking how to make do a sales without going out. So I starting, oh my God, there's a lot of pages that I can post my product.
Free,
and
right?
Free, it's free that time, Alibaba included. Free, I post everything. And I remember after I post the first deal, the export, it's just like this. I post it, then they found me. And then they just contact me. I still close the deal during the night now. About 9, I close the deal. I just weighing my product in front of the Skype, you know Skype? You can do the video conference. It's just static like this. You want to buy? So he just buy 5 containers with me, with TT Advance. Thank you.
So, starting new, using whatever resources you have, the most important resources is your time. So spend time during night time doing internet marketing in that sense. But you also mentioned to me that a lot of your orders are one-off orders and no repeat orders. Do you know what's the reason? During the time?
During the time, of course, I post all the product through the internet. A lot of inquiries. I also don't know why. During that time, now I know why. That time I don't know. They just want to pay you and buy the thing, but eventually they end up they can't sell the product. It's because I believe repeated order is very important to sustain a business and grow the business. So after you get a lot of inquiry, you must study them, or you can interview them whether are they suitable for you. Now Alibaba can give you a lot of inquiry, but you still need to study them.
Yeah. So you still interview them over the internet and all that. You have a very interesting experience about this. When I visit you, you told me about these Nigerian situations that you almost kena tipu or fraud case. So when you go to the internet, you tend to have these things. So can you share that particular experience with us and what happened? What is the outcome?
Oh, this is a good experience I must share with you. I almost kena, almost 100%, no, 99, almost. It's just one day. Because after 5 content, I closed the deal, very happy. I think just like this. Then another inquiry came from West Africa. He said, I want to buy 20 container. Whoa, 20 container. And then the deal is cash advance, everything advance. Okay, it's great. Because I've done previously, I'm very confident. Then, we start communicating, and they really do the transaction, and they have a Bank of Africa, the letterhead is really there. It looks like an original TT. But everything goes smoothly, and then one day a guy called me. Why you didn't apply for the import permit? Because I just started do the export. I didn't know import permit is supposed to be applied by our client. The buyer, not us. But I don't know. So he said, all the money already transferred to the bank. The money is stuck in the bank. And saying that because of this incident, their CEO is went to a hospital, I think. Get something like heart attack or whatever. I said, really? Then I said, what can I do? Because I said, you just blaming me why I do such a big mistake. I didn't apply for import license. Then I asked how to solve the problem. Then he suggest me to engage their lawyer, of course, to give the money for them. I said, okay. I said, okay, baby. After a while, then the lawyer called another guy. It happened in just one day. They keep psycho you within 1 day. He psycho you, and the lawyer say how much it is, and then I still considering want to pay or not. And then the CEO in hospital, he called me. It sounds like an old man. You whatever like this. Why are you doing this? And then I remember it's about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Then I almost want to send the money to them, but it's during the night time, cannot. So of course, next morning, I go internet again and type their company name. Then they pop up fraud case. Yeah, they are fraud case. That's it.
So what happened after that? You have an idea about this fraud case and you search, and what happened?
Because internet is a lot of data, a lot of informations. Those information might be not correct, not true. That's why during that time I have subscribed the Alibaba True Pass. During that time, I actually is dealing with Alibaba in Shanghai. He just called me to verify my company because I'm thinking if I think my client will think whether it's true or not, the customer. Another way they will think back, am I the real manufacturer?
Yeah.
So that's why I subscribe for the TruePass member.
So in other words, from that incident, you realize that in the internet, there's a lot of fraud case. Your buyers will most likely facing the same problem. They want to verify whether you are truly the manufacturers or not. So you subscribe the verified. In that case, you become so-called a trusted supplier. So next question is to Inche Mazua. You also true believer about trusted vendor. You started your business, not a pioneer in the industry, but you want to make a statement of being a trusted supplier. Can you explain to us or the audience here what actually happened?
Okay, I'm Mazwa Maris from Azam Wira Sdn Bhd. When I advertise my company in SuperPages, first is about just normal advertisement. But after the second year, when I signed back, I noticed that my competitors start to acknowledge my existence in the industry because I advertise a bigger page from a quarter page to half page. So I believe that advertisement in SuperPages really make a strong statement in the industry that whatever industry that we are in, the advertisement tells.
Give confidence to your potential customer.
And then the customers also have a what do you call it? This is a trustworthy suppliers. They have advertisement in SuperPages.
But I think we hear a lot about this internet marketing. Is also project an image of the print, the traditional media is less relevant. What is your point about this?
Well, everybody can be everybody can advertise or whatever in the internet, in YouTube or whatever medias in the internet, but not everybody can have a printed matters elsewhere. You know, it's just like advertising in what they call a printed media is something like a premium things. If you have that, then
you are somebody, yeah.
Yeah, you're somebody. You are a player lah in the industry, rather than you are having an internet, you know, free advertisement, so called.
So in other words, I think you leverage on the characteristic of the print media, because I think for the user out there, when they see anything that's printed, they trust more than just, because we always educate our children, don't trust everything you read or you see in the internet. I mean, this is how we educate them. And because we have a mindset that everything is printed is trusted. So you leverage on that point, and it helps you to boost the confidence of your potential customer. Encik Azman, Nasi Kukus My Mama, very interesting. Very young company, but Encik Azman have a lot of experience into this business. Within 7 months, I think now you have 5 outlets. In your case, you use a mixture of the offline marketing as well as the online. And you mentioned about now you're doing more on online marketing, especially social media. Can you explain the reason why?
Yeah, thank you. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Azman bin Abdul Razak. I just want to tell a story about Nasi Kukus My Mama. Okay, my mama, my MY is representing Malaysia. Because our mission is to bring Nasi Kukus, a local Malaysian product, to overseas. Yeah, our mission. So I started my experience. I actually worked for McDonald's Malaysia for 17 years.
Oh.
Okay, since my age 16 years old. So I have a dream. I have a dream during I work for McDonald's. Yeah, I have a dream. I want to operate one restaurant, similar like McDonald's. But that time is childhood time. We're not thinking ahead how to do future business and so on. Then 20 years old, I'm the first youngest workers that we sent to US, Chicago, US for study, 2 years. That time, you know, it's like a naughty boy, something like that. English is important on that time. So after school, I can speak little bit of English, blah 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 like that lah. Then I be there sent to US for 2 years to talk to learn how to make advertising, to learn how to do marketing, to learn how to do PR, to learn how to make the business for future lah. So I came back from US. Then I work for McDonald's. Of course, after we sent to US, McDonald's will sign up your contract 10 years. So you need to work for McDonald's for 10 years. So after a while, then I have a mission. I have whatever I do, I want to do a best thing. During McDonald's time, every store manager actually well trained how to make customer aware on your brand. Normal traditional way of advertising is print leaflet or write in leaflet and put on the car windscreen. I started from there. Then for this My Mama, we started 8 months ago. 8 months ago is actually very good development of our brand. So of course, without our support from vendors, support from we have actually bring one partners from chicken supplier, the name of SCC, so to actually do a partner to me, because nasi kukus is always about chicken. I learned about McDonald's last time. You want to sell chicken, you must have a good friend of chicken. For you to survive, for you to go forward. So we have one partner. I have one partner actually working together with me, is Datuk Kevin Soon. He's 28 years old. Together with me, we are doing this business. For 8 months, we are actually coming for six restaurants.
So you do a lot of leaflets, traditional.
We do normal traditional.
How you go into the internet then?
And this is opportunity for me to bring my brand in the bigger crowd here. Bigger crowd is a good opportunity for me. All right. So within 8 months, we actually operated 6 restaurants. It's not talk big lah. We are first in Malaysia. We are talking about the way we run this business. We are nasi kukus, but in the similar like McDonald's restaurant. Once you enter our restaurant, it's like, is it McDonald's or KFC? But we are not selling totally chicken, but we are selling steamed rice. Steamed rice is like all the mixture of gravy. We have beef kuruto, we have ayam masak merah, we have our special food is ayam masak rempah. Current one, we have actually early stage. We are doing this business. We are starting in first restaurant in Gambang. If you notice that you will go to Gambang Resort City, you can pass by my restaurant. You can pass by my restaurant. First day, we have total about 2,500 customers actually enter from the normal traditional way of advertising. So currently, averaging our customers actually visited our restaurant, total averaging about 12,000 customers a day. 12,000 customers a day.
That's very good.
All right, 12,000.
These are young customers or the traditional?
This young mixture with family, mixture with groups and so on.
How they know you, the young people?
The young people, of course, I started using my Facebook 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I think you are surprised that this guy 2 years ago I just started using Facebook. I think most of you already started, you use Facebook 5 years ahead from me. I told you how to create the name and so on. So from traditional way, actually I'm using my page. I actually created my page. Nasi Kukus Mama, my mama simply delicious. Then I put in my picture, I put in my all good things about my business lah. Good things about my business, a menu, and then we have simple promotion. We have put in we have a community service. We put in into that into our page. Currently, we have work together lah. Bantings, we have Banting. We are we have 2 billboard in Kuantan. 2 billboard. Actually, before we sign up with PanPages, we have 2 billboard. We are the first restaurant, except McDonald's, have 1 billboard, big billboards in Kuantan. It's in the prime area. And then we actually purchased another round of billboard. So to make people also feel crazy, how this guy Nasi Kukus My Mama can buy 1 billboard is actually a big investment for us. So these are things that we actually focus on the advertising more to make sure that our brand is in everyone of Kuantan people to know us.
Then what about how many likes you have in your Facebook currently?
Currently we have 4. Just now I actually checked 4,918 fans so far within 8 months.
Good. So these are the young people know you through your Facebook, through the internet marketing that you're doing.
Yep.
Okay. So the next question I would like to ask Mr. Lai regarding, you also started very differently, the traditional way, or you're still doing this when you want to do export, you exhibit, you go exhibition, trade shows. I believe you're still doing that. And you also do a lot more of internet marketing now, being Alibaba members. Besides for cost reason, internet always, internet normally have a very cost-effective way of marketing. But besides cost, what is the difference between the online method and the traditional exhibition method? Can you share with us, you see the difference besides cost?
For our Malaysia current situations, export is a good opportunities. That's why, of course, because of the currency, right? Export can earn more profit. Okay, we have arranged a lot of exhibition overseas, and next week we are going to India. Exhibition still a very high cost activities we have to run. Combined with the internet, I think is a good strategy, because if you go to India with empty customer, I think it's very costly. You're trying your luck. Maybe you can get one, or maybe you get nothing. But before you go there, you get few customer like India through the internet. Then you invite them to your booth, and then the chances of getting the deal closed, I think is very high. So you have to combine on ground and market the internet to make your business to success.
So in other words, actually internet also helped you to boost up your closing rate of your traditional method. So before you go exhibition, you actually communicate with your customer using internet marketing like Alibaba, get the visitors to come to your booth, and when they come to your booth, chances of closing the order is much higher.
Yes, through the internet, closing the deal, the chances is still very low, because the buyer, they don't know you. When you met, the relationship is built, then I think it will be a long-term business instead of just one-time order. We don't looking for one-time order for manufacturing.
So in other words, the mixture of media, the traditional and the new media, really works well for you, because you mentioned in the early days when you start the internet marketing, where you have most of the time you have one-time orders because they don't understand your product and they cannot market it long-term. Where you meet them, you can judge and you can create a long-term relationship. I think this is a true example of internet work well with the traditional market. Coming back to what do you call that, Encik Mazwa, you also have a very interesting experience about internet marketing coupled with, print marketing coupled with your other activities. Can you explain to us what are the things you do beside the print?
Well, my experience with the printed marketing is one of the best, which I have received a call from a customer on the first day it was, what do you call it, delivered. I mean the booklets.
You mean first day they deliver the Super Pages book, you got a call?
Yes.
Okay.
So the inquiries, I personally pick up the phone on the inquiries, and then we close the deals, and profit from the deals covered the whole year of what you call it, advertisement. So I was so
we can have a chance to increase price. And I was just joking.
I was so happy with the decision that we made on advertising on Super Pages that particular years, and then continuously will, I mean, the digital print will goes with my company, I think almost forever.
Yeah. I think Super Pages, you also have a presence in the internet by subscribing to the Super Pages. Yeah, that's very important. Encik Azman, when I spoke to you the other day, you talk a lot about content. So you update your content very frequently. I think every 1 or 2 weeks you update your content. So who is helping you to update this content? Because I know you're very busy.
Yeah, I think whatever we invest, we want whatever we invest, we need to use it as soon as possible. Whatever we actually come up a high investment also on this advertising. So I'm the admin. I work as an admin. Whatever things that is actually happen in my restaurant, I will actually upload it my own, and then of course it's helping our PanPages assistants actually helping us a lot on the how to make our content is right, and then the menu is right, the visual is right. Of course, without them, of course we know about how to use this function, but of course PanPages assistants actually helping us a lot to actually come up with the new advertising on the day by day.
I know you run a lot of Google campaign as well. So you run a lot of Google campaigns, and do you know how to run it yourself, or somebody else helped you to run the campaign?
So I heard from other friends how to use Google Ads, how to use Pen 360 and so on. So of course PanPages assist actually working together with us, and then we actually practice make perfect So every day we practice, then it's usable now.
So the point I want to like to share with you, because I talked to Encik Azman, actually the ideas of marketing come from you. For example, what are the keywords to use? Because you know your business, right? So it's just that the execution, somebody services. So you have to be hands-on when you come to internet marketing. You really need to know your business, what people ask, how people search you, how people will look up for you. So those keywords. Talking about keywords, you're using the traditional keywords, or Malay keywords, Malay language, English, or what?
For this advertising, we use 2 language, because majority of my mama customers is Malay, 90%. 5% is Chinese, and 5% is others. So we are using 2 language. Of course, mama is actually very hot using mama. Mama is very hot. In terms of keywords, mama, we key in mama, every mama will come out into the screen. Every mama.
Mama sang also come.
So you can see 300 of mama. So we want to represent our brand. We put in my mama. So my mama meanings there is seldom people use my mama. So mama is using so hot in the internet, mama. So we are using my mama. And then another keywords we use nasi kukus mama, nasi kukus my mama. And then another keywords we're using simply delicious, something like that. So most people actually key in the words. The keywords is very important to us lah. So we are using 3 types: dual language, Malay and English.
Very interesting. You use the keywords like simply delicious. I think simply delicious. Somebody have used a tagline, and if you want to capture, I think in the internet marketing, there's few way of doing internet marketing. So you use your own keywords or you use your competitors' keywords, meaning is you want to capture your competitor market, and you also can use keywords like what you mentioned that are already familiar with the audience. So yeah, those are the very interesting ones. What we want to stress here is that you really need to know your own space, which is your business, and then coupled with a good service. I think that makes a very good campaign.
Yep.
So we are now open the questions to the floor. Any one of you who are interested to ask questions to our successful SME here, can you just raise up your hand? Any questions? Yeah, there's a question from there. Can somebody send him a mic? Yeah? Run, run, run. It's an internet era. Yeah.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, my name is Michael. I'm from MYGM company here in Malaysia. I just want to ask some of the big investors there, like how you do your advertisements. I find it a little bit difficult to know which way to advertise your own business, like you have to do in Malay or in the English way to do the advertisement. And also, the local way of doing the business. Is it much important to do it the traditional way, like you mentioned, or the more internet way that you have to go to PanPages or Super Pages to advertise your business?
Any one of you want to answer the question? Maybe Inche Azman, you want to answer that question?
Thank you for asking us on this, your point. That of course the traditional way also we must use is actually to support the internet banking, internet marketing. Yeah. So because all this traditional is still valid this time. For example, buntings. For example, leaflets. For example, banners. We still actually valid this time. But in order for us to go beyond the advertising way, we must use the internet, because in fact my daughter or my son, you want to buy things, they are not using visual now, they are using internet purchase for this. So I think internet purchase now, the internet internet advertising is one of the key right now. Yeah.
Maybe I can put it a little bit more on this. I think whatever media you use, whether it's print media, online media, or even social media, or even mobile, you have your own community. For example, the younger one may be using the what you call the internet marketing, but there are still a lot of people are using the traditional media. So you can reach them through different media. So looking at your product, and then you target your audience and see who you want to target. For example, if your current customer are mostly the age, the senior citizen, which you already capture the market. If you want to capture new market and you say that you target the younger generations, then probably you use different media to reach them. Like for example, this morning with somebody sharing about the YouTube. Maybe if you say that you want to have the Generation Z or what to call customers, new customers, probably you have to use that kind of media. So it's a mixture. So there's no one right way or wrong way, but it's a mixture that can, what do you call that? You really have to find You have to define who's your customers, then later on you use the right channel to reach them. Yeah. So any other anyone? There's a question from this side.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. My name is Faizal Azuri from Nurul Izzah Catering. I want to ask Mr. Mazwa Maris, how many % you get for conversion rate when you do when you advertise your marketing at the super pages? I mean, how many % you get your customer beside your leads you get from the super pages?
So your question is how many business customers are coming from super pages and from non-super pages? Yeah.
Okay, basically we have started our business since 2002, and since then we are using a conventional method of marketing and sales until 2005 or 2006 when we started using super pages, which generate of sales of less than 5 million per annum. And after we sign up with super pages, the figures has rise subsequently yearly by 25, 30 and 40%, and until today he has probably triple our sales from the day we started our business. So
I think maybe I want to add something here. I met up with Anja Azman to understand his business a little bit more. Their business is the customer buy repeatedly. So you get one customers, chances is if you could give a good service, you keep the customer for life. Meaning is you keep on accumulating. So advertising is like that. Super pages already out there for some time. So when you advertise this year, you get maybe, for example, by the way, how many inquiries you get every month or every week?
Well, from the internet inquiry, most probably 2 or 3 inquiries a day, which I mean the ratio of closing is almost 100%. Because our product is quite a niche product. We are doing toilet partitions, where we go to toilets, we cover you.
That's a good way of putting it.
Okay.
So you mentioned there's 2 orders per day. That is internet. What about the prints? Do you measure?
Well, we didn't really ask the customer where you get our reference until after we delivered, and then handshakes, and then after they become a friend, and then when we ask, some of the customers said, mainly the customers are about the age of 40s and above. They will use the conventional way of flipping the books, and then the 30s and below, they will use the internet. So to me, we still require both marketing's efforts on printed and internets.
That's very good. Any more questions out there? Oh, there's a question. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ko of the Tools Depot. This question is for Encik Azman Razak. First of all, congratulations for your awesome growth within the period of 8 months. I'm wondering if your success is about nasi kukus, or your success is about the system and structure you adopted from McDonald's, or the digital marketing that you adopted. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, of course, with good food, we cannot go anywhere without advertising. Yeah, if you have very delicious meal or food, without advertising, we cannot go anywhere. So I actually repeated twice. Yeah. So of course, in terms of operations, we need experience to run this restaurant business. It's not an easy job to run. Maybe one restaurant, maybe okay, but we are going for 6 restaurants. Not a small restaurant, but big restaurant. So experience for operation must. And then add up with the experience on marketing. So it's an advantage for us to go on the advertising. Advertising is more important. The first time I am actually running this business, I actually printed 3,000 business card a month. 3,000 business card a month.
Just keep distributing.
I jumpa makcik, I give nasi kukus. Everything. This mouth-to-mouth promotion actually on the first time. Yeah, for the first time, mouth-to-mouth promotion.
So can I say that the internet or advertising bring them into your shop, and your good food keep them forever?
Yeah, of course. So on the internet advertising, currently we actually improve a lot on the visitors coming to our restaurant. Is every time customer will call, for example, from KL. They are customers from KL actually do a day trip to Kuantan. Then they will, after the karak toll, they will put in our Facebook or Google, key in nasi kukus my mama, or the best dish, best meal, best food in Kuantan. The nasi kukus my mama will be in the top searching menu. So all this is important. That they are customers from KL. With this conventional advertising, we cannot go anywhere. Yeah. So sometimes we go conventional way. We put in the windscreen. Later on, the leaflet will be thrown away in the rubbish bin, something like that. So all this internet advertising is important to us. Actually, bring up many matters on internet banking. Now we actually, after we sign up the PanPages, people actually looking for franchise.
Oh, you mean somebody
Are
you interested to get any franchise from here?
Somebody email us. One day we receive at least 10 emails. 10 emails. I got 15 or 20 calls interested to do a franchise. Franchise. So it's good. A part of advertising experience, operational experience must be in place too, in order for you to relate on this advertising and marketing or operation together to run this business perfectly lah. Yeah, it's not easy to run 5 restaurant or 6 restaurant within 8 months. We work from 7:30 in the morning until 2:30, 3:30 in the morning. My weight last time is 89 kilos. My weight 89 kilos. Now I 64 kilos.
Is it healthy food or more exercise?
There is not enough rest because we have mission to go. We have many mission, we have many goals to go because we are going more in Malaysia. Our mission is to make nasi kukus mema in every state of Malaysia. This is our mission. So that's why we are still continue to talk about it, and then we actually invested on the advertising.
You should sometimes spend some time offline with him. He always check his mobile phone, looking at his website, how many visitors, how many likes. So he's always online with your mobile phone. Yeah. So we have time for one more question. Is there any more questions out there? Oh yeah, there's a question here. One more questions. Can somebody get him a mic? So in the middle here. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello. So the question is like this. So we are the 3 gentlemen on the stage there is sharing all the success stories. But I think a lot of people in the street, the businessmen have tried many ways, even the digital marketing, and some of us might not achieve the result as we expected. So whether the success is a random basis or actually there is any key rule of thumbs that we need to follow, given that maybe there is a limited budget, there is a limited knowledge and skills for us to actually move on towards that direction. Can the gentleman share the experience? Thank you.
So thank you very much for the questions, very important questions. So Mr. Lai, you want to answer that question?
For my own opinions for futures, because cost still an issue for the business to sustain and grow. I suggest we group together, do the business together. we share the cost, we share the resources, and we share the networking. So you can form a group and work the business together. That's what I suggest for futures growing.
Probably I maybe add a little bit, maybe a little bit different to answer, may not answer your question directly. Mr. Lai has a small grouping of entrepreneurs and to do business together. So if you are, any one of you were interested, join his group, maybe look up for him later. But to answer to your question, I personally believe, nothing happened by chance. You keep on have to work on the different way. We don't really have a straightforward answer. Where you do A, B, C, you'll get the result of D kind of things. So you keep on have to try, because different conditions, different political, economic conditions or political situation, it may work differently. It may work, whatever way worked before, like this morning Jimmy Boy, Ruben mentions, something that may work before, and by the time you implement it different time, it may not work. So you, but then again, you keep on working on it. I always have this story. Somebody was telling me, you're very lucky that you stumble upon this, and then you become successful. I think nothing happens because of lucky. For example, you walk on the streets and you find a diamond. People say you're lucky, but if you're not trained to spot whether this is a diamond or sand, you will not be lucky. So even you want to be lucky, you will have to be trained to be lucky. So I suggest that you keep on, have to be, work on your internet or work on your advertising or promotion. And when it's time for you to be successful, I think it will be successful. So I think
Can I add one here? So the keywords is nothing impossible in life. So the way I actually doing, of course, the modern way and traditional way actually mix together. So you must be creative. Whatever we do, we must be creative, and don't I call that, don't putus asa lah. Whatever it is, the business must run with this creativity. You must have a good creativity for you to advertise or to market your brand or your company. So don't feel shy, don't keep quiet, without do anything. You can do everything with this. What I can say now is positive. Nothing impossible. You can do. Try. Whatever you fail, you try and try and try. That's it. This is thing that
very true, very true. I think you ask any entrepreneur, determination, perseverance is very, very critical. That part of it never changed, even though we are in the internet era. So that's about the time we have for these sharing sessions. Thank you very much for coming to share your experience, like I said, your pain and gain about internet marketing. Let's hear a round of applause for the gentleman up here. Thank you very much.
And now we would like to invite Mr. Song to give out a token of appreciation to our three guests of honor. That is Encik Azman Razak, Managing Director of Nasi Kukus My Mama, Mr. Lai Ye Kat, Managing Director of Wits Makanan KL Sindian Berhad, and of course Encik Mazua Maris, Managing Director of Azam Wira Sindian Berhad. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them all a big warm round of applause. Thank you. And let's all take a wonderful photo op.
So wait, is the third one. Okay, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming up and sharing with us your success stories. It's definitely an honor to have you here. Thank you so much.